Todos podemos tener un tesoro escondido en un placar. Puede ser una estatua, un cartel o un videojuego de colección. Más allá del apego sentimental, estos objetos pueden valer monedas o miles de pesos. En el mundo hay personas que viven de diferenciar la chatarra de lo especial. La familia Harrison tiene la casa de empeño más famosa del mundo. Ellos son los protagonistas de El Precio de la Historia, un reality con decenas de miles de fans en todo el mundo. Salimos a pasear por San Telmo con Rick y su hijo Cory para que nos enseñen sus secretos.
Typewriters, they're never really worth anything unless they're from like the mid 1800s.
They're worthless, even it's 1920, 1930.
Not worth anything. There's just too many of them. Too many of them. No one really collects them. So,
Cory, these statues or this type of statue, what should we look?
Okay, they've actually turned it into a lamp. But if you ever come across one of these, you can hear that it's hollow, which means most likely it was made in a factory, which means it was mass-produced, built for the masses. Now, if you glue on that, and that's a solid piece right there, there's a chance that might be made. That might be made by hand, might be made by a famous artist. It's something you definitely want to look more into. But right off the bat, just because it's hollow, you can tell almost instantly it's not going to be worth very much money. Like this right here.
That seems to be heavy.
Like this right here, you want to look for imperfections in it. Like you can see maybe it's been chipped right there or something's not right. But this is cool because if you look into like the flowers in her hair or whatever the designs they have on there, you can tell because they're not perfect that it's made by hand.
Y ahora vamos a darles un consejo interesante que tiene que ver con la vajilla, porque a veces la vajilla puede costar más por lo que está hecha que por el valor del elemento.
Cory, what can you tell me about this?
I've made a lot of money in my life going to thrift stores and just kind of going through their silverware, which they think is just run-of-the-mill silverware that they're selling for, a nickel or 25 cents a piece. And you flip it over and find out it's actually silver. I've made thousands and thousands of dollars in my life just going to thrift stores and buying their silverware. Because most of the time they don't know. I mean, it was given to them for free, they didn't even pay any attention to it, and it works out real well for me a lot.
Luego de los consejos, Rick y Cory no pudieron con su genio y comenzaron la búsqueda de tesoros.
A los expertos trabajando. What do we have here?
you can tell that these are old because this is not paint. It's enamel. Paint would go bad and it would rust, but this will never rust. That's why this is 80 years old and still shiny.
It's a real deal. This is antique.
This is antique. These are hard to come by, and they don't want much. 850 pesos?
No, but it's in US dollars. 850.
All right, so she's right around right.
Pero no podía dejar pasar la oportunidad para mostrarles alguna de mis joyas tecnológicas. ¿Tendrían algún valor?
It's supposed to be one of the first portable TVs in history.
Yeah, it's a very early television. There probably is a market for it, though. Just due to the fact there was a lot of these most of these things were just thrown away.
I mean, it might be worth $15, $20.
$15-20. First portable television.
First portable television doesn't mean it's the best portable television.
Do you play with this?
I remember these from when I was a kid, and some of these are worth a lot of money. There's some of them are worth $200-300. These ones I'd actually have to look up and see. But they're in horrible condition, man. That's the thing. If they were in better shape, they would be worth some money. You would be able to sell them.
There's a market for.
There's absolutely a market for these. People love them.
Wait, this is a laser disc?
Yes.
Oh.
Este es un disco, un Laserdisc, que es el papá del DVD. Muchos de ustedes quizás nunca los vieron, pero esto vino antes que el DVD para ver películas. Laserdisc.
It's the going rate of a Frisbee now.
Even though they're rare, no one wants them. It's one of those things. You have to realize it's one of those things of supply and demand. Even though there's not a very large supply of these, there's like zero demand.
So my Star Wars Laserdisc, no.
No.
Por algo, son los especialistas más famosos del mundo en compra y venta. Los trucos para negociar nos los deben para la próxima visita.
2000?
No.
Even
in the old pesos.
Okay, it was worth a shot.